I love purses and bags almost as much as I love to crochet. So what better project to design than a bohemian crossbody bag with fringe? And it's really easy too. Hi, I'm Ashley, and if you've been watching my channel, which I hope you have, you probably know that I have spent all winter making cozy home decor projects. But the closer we get to summer, the more excited I am to make fun summer apparel and accessories. I can already see myself going straight from the pool out to drinks with my girlfriends while wearing the bag I'm going to show you how to make today. And if you like easy to make yet super fashionable DIY projects, then take a second right now to subscribe to my channel. This summer, I'm going to make all summer long, and I'm going to be bringing it all to you. Here's what you're going to need for today's project. 1 skein of a medium weight 100% cotton yarn in the color of your choice. I'm using this Lily's Sugar and Cream yarn, supersize in black. It's a medium weight yarn and it's a 4-ply yarn, meaning that there are 4 strands within each strand of yarn. And that comes in handy when you add your fringe. You're also going to need a medium-sized crochet hook. I'm using this one, that's a 10.5, and about 1/4 yard of a coordinating linen fabric. I'm using black, I already had it, so it was super easy. And if you choose to, you can also add some kind of toggle or button to keep your bag fastened while you are on the go. The main component of this bag is a granny square. You could use any granny square pattern you want, but I am doing this willow granny square. I think this round medallion center adds a lot to my boho vibe. To start our granny square, we're just going to do a simple slip knot. Insert your hook. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now connect the beginning of your chain with the end by going through and just doing a slip knot. Now we're going to do 16 double crochets in this loop, and your first chain of 3 counts as 1. So we're gonna 1, 2, 3, and that's counting as our first double crochet. And now we'll do our second one, yarn over, go through, hook the yarn, pull it through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. If you need more help with doing a double crochet, be sure to check out that tutorial I have on single crochets, double crochets, and triple crochets. That will give you a little more guidance if you're new to crocheting. Now go ahead and finish so that you have a total of 16 of these posts when you're done, and meet me back here. And once you've completed your 16th double crochet into your circle, we're going to end this round by just slip stitching into the top of that first chain. For round 2, we're going to be doubling the size of our circle, and if you know about crocheting circles or have watched my tutorial on crocheting circles, you know that means that we have to double the amount of stitches in that second row. What we're going to do to double them though is a combination of a double crochet and a chain. So to start with, we're going to do our chain 3, 1, 2, 3. That is our first stitch, and now we're going to chain 1 as our second stitch. And then in that next loop, double crochet, so that's our third stitch, and then chain. Now yarn over and go into that very next stitch for a double crochet, hook it through, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and then do a chain. So as you can see now in the second row, we are doubling in size by doing a double crochet in each stitch along with a chain after each double crochet, and that's creating a nice lacy pattern as we go. Go all the way around and meet me at the end. You'll still have 16 posts as you go around, but you should have a total of 32 stitches because you can add those chain stitches in. When you get to the end of that row now, and you should have 32 total stitches, you're just going to connect it by counting up in your chain 1, 2, 3 and slip stitching into that third chain. Remember, we did add 1 more chain to act as a stitch in this one. And now we're going to do 2 double crochets into each of these chains and 1 double crochet into each of the double crochets from our last round. So yarn over, under the chain, hook onto the yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now a second double crochet in this chain. And our third double crochet now is going to be into our double crochet from our last row. So just through those loops. So now I've gone all the way around my circle doing 2 double crochets in each of the chain spaces and 1 double crochet in each of the double crochets from the row below. My first round ended in 16 stitches, my second round ended in 32 stitches because it was doubled, and now we've again added 16 stitches to this, so you should have a total of 48 stitches around. And I'm just going to finish it by doing a slip stitch into the top of that chain from this round. And I'm ready for my 4th round. Now the 4th round is going to be the round where we're going to start squaring off our circle to turn it into that granny square. So we're going to start by making our very first corner, which is chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is my first chain now, and it's counting in that stitch, and I'm going to skip the next 2, 1, 2, and I'm going to do a single crochet into the 3rd stitch. Now I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, count 2, 1, 2, skip those 2, and do a single crochet again into my 3rd stitch. Now I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 2, single crochet into that 3rd stitch. And then I'm going to do a chain of 3 one more time. 1, 2, 3, skip 2, and single crochet into that 3rd stitch. So this first chain 5 is going to be our first corner, and then we've completed that side and we're going to do our second corner. So it starts over now. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. Each corner is 5. Skip 2, single crochet into the 3rd. And now our pattern is to do 3, a chain of 3, a chain of 4, and a chain of 3 again, and we're always skipping 2 stitches between every chain. So this is 3, 1, 2, 3, skip 2, single crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip 2, single crochet, and now we're to our chain 3. 1, 2, 3, skip 2, single crochet. Continue that pattern all the way around. So I've come all the way around and done a slip stitch into that first stitch that my chain came out of, and it's starting to square off. Now our next row we're going to square the corners off even more. We're going to start with a chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and then in each of our 5 chains that are our corners, we're going to do 5 double crochets, chain 3, 5 double crochets, all in that same stitch. But for this one, our original chain 3 here counts as stitch 1, so now I need to do 4 more. One, 2, 3, 4. So I have 5 total now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you might have to slide them kind of over to make room. And then chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And now 5 more double crochets in this same chain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can see how that's starting to make a really nice corner. Now, if you remember, in our last round, the next thing we had was a chain 3. Every time you come to a chain 3, all you're going to do is a single crochet into the chain. So next, single crochet. And our chain 4s that are in the middle of each side are all going to get 7 double crochets. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm back to a chain 3, so that's a single crochet. And I am to my second corner. So we're going to do the same thing. 5 double crochets, chain 3, 5 double crochets, all in this corner. Single crochet, 7 double crochets, single crochet, and we're to the next corner. See how nice it's looking? It's getting nice and squared off. For the next row, we are going to start with a chain 2. And it's at this second stitch that you're going to slip stitch back in when you get back around. But we're going to do another 4 now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you have a total of a 6 chain. Now, in this chain here from our corner that we chained 3 in the last round, I'm going to do a single crochet this time. Followed by chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and another single crochet in that same corner space. Finishing off that corner more. Now I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to do a double crochet into the single crochet from my row below. So you can see I have my 5 double crochets that went into here, and then I had a single crochet that I did right into my row below. So that's going to be where I am going to insert my hook, right there. So it's kind of between where the 2 arcs are. And this is going to be a double crochet. So yarn over, grab it on, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Okay, now I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Now from where you are, count to the center of this. So that's going to be 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4. And in that 4th stitch, a single crochet. Now chain 3 again. 1, 2, 3. And you're going to do a double crochet in the single crochet from your row below, just like we did on this side. So find that single crochet spot and double crochet right into it. Now chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a single crochet into that corner chain, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, single crochet in the same space, and you have your second corner. And now we're ready for our last row. So this is where I ended, slip stitch into the second chain from the bottom, and now I'm going to just slip stitch into this chain to start my next row to kind of start fresh here. Okay, now I'm going to do 5 double crochets in this chain, and the first chain is going to count as 1 double crochet. So chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and I need 4 more double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that should be right. Let's count. So including the chain, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. Okay. Now, in my little corner space here, I'm going to do 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. All in this little space. One, 2, 3. Slide it over if you need to. Chain 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 double crochets still in that same space. 1, 2, 3. And that's going to be what our finished corner looks like. Now, as we complete the next side, we're going to do 5 double crochets in that loop, and then each of our 3 chains will each get 3 double crochets, 5 again in this big loop, and we're back to a corner. So, 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3 double crochets. 1, 2, 3. 3 double crochets in the next one. 1, 2, 3. 5 double crochets in the next one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're back to another corner. So again, into this corner space, it'll be 3 double crochets, chain 3, 3 double crochets. And then as we go across this side, it's the same pattern as our last side. 5 double crochets into the bigger chain, 3 double crochets into each of these 3 chains, 5 double crochets into the last chain, and you're at another corner. Let's finish up the last 3 rows, and when you come back to where you started, you'll just do a slip stitch into the top of this first chain, and your Willow Granny Square will be complete and will be ready to move on to the next step in our super cool bag. Once your square is complete, all you need to do is choose one side of the square as the top of your bag, and then you're going to add to that side to make it more rectangular. I've just gone ahead and done a few rows of a double crochet, and then my favorite bubble stitch, a row of single crochet, and then one more row of double crochet to finish it off. You're going to make 2 of these, a front side of your bag and a back side of your bag. And then we're just going to sew them together along the edge and the bottom with some more yarn and a tapestry needle. I finished elongating my granny square on one side by adding 2 rows of double crochet, a row of bubble stitches with the bubble stitch in every 4th stitch, followed by 1 row of a single crochet and then a final row of double crochet. If you want to learn more about how to do a single or double crochet or how to do a bubble or puff stitch, check out my channel for more complete beginner tutorials on those stitches. Your granny square should leave you with 24 stitches across, so feel free to modify this part of the plan. You could easily just do all of the rows in double crochets or any of your favorite stitches. Now take your bag right sides out and use a tapestry needle and the same yarn to sew all the way around both edges and across the bottom. Now, to make sure my lip gloss and, well, let's be honest, the crochet hook I always have with me doesn't fall out of my bag while I'm out and about loving my summer, I'm going to do a super easy linen lining in black linen. My lining is made from scraps of black linen that I had laying around. Measure your own bag to get the dimensions. My bag is 10 inches tall and 7.5 inches wide. I cut my linen to the exact same size so that it would be slightly smaller than my bag when sewn together with a small seam allowance. Sew the 2 sides and bottom of your linen together to create the lining, but leave a gap in one side so that you can flip your entire bag through at the end. When you sew your lining, it's a good idea to finish the edges with an overlocking stitch, since in this case the exterior of your bag isn't a solid piece of fabric. This is the exterior of the bag and it is now right side out, and then I've taken 2 pieces of linen that are the exact same size and I've sewn them together as well. This is 8 inches by 10 inches and I cut it the exact same size as my bag, but when I include the seam allowance and turn it inside out, I think it's going to be just enough smaller than my bag to fit perfectly in there. When I sewed this together, I left an opening in my bag, and that's where we're going to turn it inside out after we sew it to the bag. So you need to make sure that you sew down each side and across the bottom, but don't sew it completely shut, leave a gap. So I have my lining wrong side out and my bag exterior right side out. And I'm going to take the lining and I'm going to put my entire bag in the lining. This is a little bit trickier than working with 2 different kinds of fabric just because the crochet is so thick. Sew the lining to the exterior of the bag just like this. So I have the right side out on my bag, my exterior, the crocheted part, and I have the inside lining wrong side facing out, and I'm going to sew with my machine just all the way across. I'm going to use a heavy duty needle on this and probably a walking foot just to make it easier since it's so thick, but you should be able to do it with any kind of machine. And then I'm going to be able to flip it out and through this to have everything in my bag. So just find that hole you left in your bag and reach through and grab the crocheted part of your bag, and you're going to pull it all the way through that hole you've left. And once you get your crocheted piece pulled all the way through that hole, you're going to have the ability to take the lining and shove it back into your bag so that the interior has the nice finished seams. Sew up that last hole in the lining of your bag and use a little bit of fray check around the edges and you're ready to go. Now I'm going to show you how to add the fringe because that's my favorite part of this bag. Insert a crochet hook through the bottom loops in your bag. I've then taken 2 pieces of yarn and hooked it over my hook and pulled it through the bottom. I'm just going to take the loose strands off the top, pull them through that loop, and then pull it tight to make my fringe. Do that all the way across your bag and your fringe will be complete. I'm crocheting my strap to match my bag. I'm going to go with a single crochet all the way around so that it's a little bit denser than my bag and it doesn't stretch as much when hanging over my shoulder. I measured the strap of one of my favorite existing bags to know that I want my strap to be 43 inches long. My strap is 3 single crochets wide and 43 inches long, and I've attached it to my bag by simply sewing it to the sides with a tapestry needle. If you liked this tutorial today and you want to see more fun and easy crochet projects that are perfect for styling your summer, then give this video a like too. And if you were waiting to see if you really liked this project as much as I said you were going to before committing to subscribing to my channel, Well then, I hope you do that now too. This is actually the perfect size for a couple of those mommy juice boxes. I mean wine. Come back soon for more projects to make this your most stylish summer yet.